What's good, Council of Comics? It's a beautiful Saturday morning. It's a little cloudy out. Sun is peeking out a little bit. Typical Saturday for your comic book collector. I got the brightest day. Where are the heroes? I got up early and I went to the post office to mail something. I went to wash the car, and now I'm heading out to Haven for Heroes in Port Jervis. I haven't been there in a while. Hopefully Emmett's there. I like to talk to Emmett. Emmett's pretty cool. The rest of the guys there are cool too. I like to dig in his dollar bins, check his back issues. He always has great prices over there. So he opens at around noon, but I decided to leave early. I wanted to leave at 11 o'clock, but that didn't happen. I left around 11:20, so I should get there around noon or a little bit after, because I just want to spend like an hour there or so, then come back. I got laundry to do. Kamaria's coming over. We're going to cook dinner. So when I have times like this in the morning, let me take care of everything that I got to take care of. And then what can I do that, that I would like to do? And so I took care of everything. I said, I haven't been out to Port Jervis. I haven't been out to Haven for Heroes in a while. I'm just going to shoot out there, pick up some dollar books. I haven't done well, you've seen a lot of videos of comic book pickups, but they're just hauls from months ago, and I've just finally caught up to it. But I want to get some more, because comic book pickups is something that a percentage of the subscribers, they like and they enjoy. And I like doing them as well. So we're going to head up there. Where I'm at, to get to certain places like Alterniverse, which is heading north, and then going to Port Jervis, which is heading west. I'm getting it all mixed up, I'm sorry. But each ride is about 40 minutes. So I like to take the time that I'm in the car and just, I think about things. I think about what skits we're going to do. I think about what projects I'm going to do. I think about life, because I feel like this is the time that I have. That's a long period of time that I'm just going to be one direction, and I can really think about things. I really think about life and God a lot. I'm very thankful for the place that I'm at. I'm very thankful for the channel that I have. I'm very thankful for the council guys. I'm thankful for all of it, because it helps me as a person grow. A lot of my family is not around the area. They're more in far away, Puerto Rico or Texas or Florida. So I don't really have a lot of family. I have some family around here, but for whatever reason, we don't really link up like that. That makes me sad a little bit. But that's partially my fault as well. And I just don't know why we don't link up more. I think about how I can push myself to reach out to them more. So also when I'm in here, it's a nice time to clear your head. All my comic book collectors, sometimes you got to take drives to get to certain places. So you're either listening to music or you're listening to podcasts. And for me, this is just a good time to clear the head. A lot of stuff goes on during the week. I have a full-time job, and the YouTube channel is a full-time job, constantly editing. I have a life, I have a girlfriend. In the beginning, I used to be really stressed out about things, but I've learned nowadays that things only happen as they happen. We can't really worry about things that are going to happen a week from now, 2 weeks from now, a month from now, because these are things that we create in our mind that they don't exist yet. And we really have to learn how to go day by day. And I've unlightened the load of stress tremendously Because if I just don't get to something, I just don't get to something. The world is not going to crumble. Everyone's not going to turn and hate me. And if they dislike it, I have to learn to live with that. Oh, well, that's just how you feel. And I'm not going to let that stress get on me. We are on a push to get to like 1,000 subscribers. And it's such a slow grind. Like, we're getting steady subscribers. We get like 1 a day. And we're at like 634 right now. And we're chugging along to 1,000. I think partially the reason why it's going so slow is not necessarily what we're providing, but for the fact that the algorithm has us in this place. When I was beginning to make the YouTube channel, I made videos about a lot of things, and certain things that some people would say were controversial. And we now know that YouTube uses algorithms to shadow ban people. But I've erased all those videos. Not that I regret making them, but for the success of the channel that I have now, those don't really fit what we're doing. I left the music up there. I left the Rogue Nation 845 vlogs. I left all those things up there because it shows the progression of the channel. But there were some things that were, you know, in the realm of controversy, and some would say fantasy or whatever. Just didn't fit, so I took them off. And I feel like, even though my channel has nothing like that anymore, and we don't really talk about politics, and we don't talk about stuff like that, that they still have that slight shadow ban on it. Now, something tells me if it just stay and chug along, eventually that shadow ban is going to lift, because it's been lifting and lifting. We've been getting more views. We're getting steady subscribers. But it's going to take a little bit longer for it to clear out, for it to dilute. And it's a slow grind, man. And this might be the same thing for some of you guys out there that are wondering why you're not getting a certain amount of subscribers. You know, we love your channel, but it's just not going up. There might be a slight shadow ban on it. And my suggestion is go back to your channel. Look at anything that might be deemed controversial. Now, this is for the success of your channel. If you want to keep it on there because you feel that's what you're about and that's what you, then by all means leave it on there. But just know that YouTube will put a shadow ban on certain channels that do these kind of things. But if you're like, it's not worth that, I want to focus on my channel, just go through your channel, check your videos, and just erase the ones that are just going to bring nonsense and troll and drama and all types of things now that we live in 2023 heading into 2024, and focus on the comic book or collectibles or the thing that you're doing. And eventually we'll see. I'll let you know in a year or so what happened. It's been a couple years since we eliminated all that other stuff, so we'll see how that goes. We're doing a lot of projects. We have the lives on Sunday. We have another live on Monday. I also try to drop an edited video on Monday. Every Wednesday, we try to drop New Comic Book Day. It's our weekly show. It's like our variety show. I call it the world's greatest comic book variety show because we do everything. We do skits, we have conversations, we talk about books, we have guests. It's something very unique in the comic book space. There's not many that do it, and I really enjoy it, and the guys really enjoy it. So we're heading up to like episode number like 73, and it's just developing more and more, and we're becoming more. In the beginning, it was very loose, like, hey, let's just do this. Now we're becoming more focused, not trying to get too focused because we don't want to lose that original passion. But it's moving along. So we got New Comic Book Day. We also have the skits, which is a collection of the skits from New Comic Book Day. I like to do about 3 skits in each video because it's about 10-12 minutes. I really want to get the minutes of the video down under 20. New Comic Book Day is tough because we're all showing our picks and we're having conversations. So it's like your weekly half-hour show. I try to get it lower because I know you guys don't really want to sit through a lot. But I try to get them under like 20 minutes. I'm attempting to do maybe shorter videos, like maybe 3 to 5 minutes. But I have like so much information, it ends up like going over. So I'm trying to like get that right to give you just the right amount of information and stuff that you need. We also have story time, which we started. I did the first one, which was Big Game issue number 4. It's a full narrative. It was an experiment that I did. A lot of you guys seem to like it. It's one of our highly viewed videos. So I will go back. Looking through my back bins right now for Big Game issue 1, 2, and 3. I'll do those, and then I'll look for another one that's maybe a classic and do that. Just give me some time on that because that takes time. We also have comic book pickups. That's there. It's a show. It drops whenever I have a haul from a comic book shop, and it's just me going over the books that I picked up at the shop, how much I paid for them, how much they're worth, and how much profit that I get. It helps a lot of people when they go, they see the book, and they're like, oh, okay, I didn't know that book was this much. And I also help to try to teach people that go dollar bin diving. Hold on, I'm getting dry here. It helps the people that go dollar bin diving, you know, what to look for. I give them the tools like cover price and key collector. I tell them not to go too much to eBay because eBay has ridiculous prices for a vast number of reasons. What else do we have? We just did first trial episode of Pop Culture Crash with Toy Gains. It's just a show about us bringing items, toys, records, videos, whatever from our life that's influenced us in pop culture, and we talk with them, and we even have like a little live studio audience, which is pretty cool. I'm sorry if my hand's been like in the video. That was pretty cool. You guys like that? There's 2 episodes up there. That was an extra long one that I just wanted to split. So the first part is us talking about the items, and the second part is like the questions from the studio audience. We also have like our reviews that we talk about movies. If you check our Film and Box Office News lives, we review a different movie, classic movie every week. And we also talk about the film and box office, the numbers, what's coming out on TV. Then Monday we have the new keys and hot comics of the week, where we go over all the new keys that are coming out, all the new comic books that are coming out, what books are starting to get hot in the marketplace. And we just have a good time and we just talk. And there's other things on the channel as well. It's just a vast variety of comic book collectible type videos, and I want to encourage everybody, if you're watching right now, hit the subscribe button, go check some of them videos out. If you go way back, you'll see some music that I put out. At one point I released 52 songs in 1 year, 1 song every week. That was like my little personal goal that I wanted to do, because I had all this music that was stored up, and I finally felt this music's not doing anything just sitting here, so I put it out regardless if people like it or not. And after that, you have the vlogs, which are really great. I would like to get back to doing that at some point. I'm just hoping that this channel like really blows, so that, you know, I don't do it for financial stuff, but if it were to blow, because this is my passion, it would help a lot. It would help a lot in trying to create content like a filmmaker like I want to do. But we'll take that as that comes. And the channel is just enjoyable, and I hope you guys are watching. And, you know, on this ride, we think about what we go through. What day-to-day influences us. Like, we all have jobs mostly, or we have stress during the day, and we're all just trying to get to that next moment. And what I would encourage everybody to do is that you have to wait to get to that. Let that next moment come. Don't force that next moment. If you can't get to it, life's not going to end. The world's not going to crumble. If you're having trouble with your bills and you want to pay your bills, think about everything you can do to pay your bills. Think about the time that you sit and do nothing. Because if you sit and do nothing and you have a problem and you're not trying to figure it out, there's not much that can be done. You're not really helping yourself. You're hurting yourself. And trust me, when you figure out how to bring in that extra income, that's something that's going to keep you occupied. And you make it a passion of yours. So that's something that you can do. Because I know when I get stuck and I don't have things to do at times, which is rare, but when I do, I end up just like not doing anything. And it's good to take time to rest, but if you're not in the mind state of this time is rest, you're still like, your mind is still going all over the place, but you're not doing anything. So it's better to get a focus and do something. Figure out how to pay your bills. Your bill is due tomorrow, but you're not going to have the money until a couple days from now. Okay, you're not going to have the money until a couple days from now. They'll have to wait. If you have to pay a late fee, that's one of the consequences. Okay, that's fine. It's just money I owe. But next time I'm going to figure out how to not get a late fee. And the world is not going to crumble. If you can't get to a specific project that you're doing, oh, I got to finish this tonight, or I got to work 6 to 8 hours tonight, because if I don't drop it tomorrow, everybody's going to be upset. Who cares if everybody is upset? Your mental health and how you feel is more important than any of this stuff. And if they're real subscribers and true friends of yours and true followers, they're going to understand if you put a video out a day late or a little late, or you need some time. They're going to understand. Learn to care for yourself. Give your mind a little time to rest. Your body needs rest. Your mind needs rest. And say you're overworking yourself because you're getting that money to pay those bills. You still need rest. Don't do the extra day that you know that you need rest for, but you're just going to work to get money. No. Know that you're doing everything that you can. You have a strong faith in a higher power that's going to get you and take care of you, and that power will provide for you. So one of the parts of all this, and I hope I don't lose a lot of people right now when I talk about this, is that we're physical and we're spiritual. We have a body and we have a soul. And if we don't have a spiritual capacity to us, we're half empty or half full. We have to have a spiritual mind. That spirit comes from somewhere. For me, it comes from God. And being that God created everything. Everything that you see was created by God. Was God putting a thought into people's minds that they can create. Everything was created by Him. And I thank Him for everything that He's given me, my family, my friends. Because I know deep inside through my experiences, I would not have made it to the place that I have made it to today without God. He has provided for me. He has brought people into my life that have brought me wisdom, that have loved me, that take care of me. Not take care like pay my bills, but like when you take care of somebody, like you ask how they are, you ask how they're doing. If you know they need something and it's not a big hassle for you, you do it. I have those people in my life, and I prayed for God to put those people in my life. And I know that anybody out there that's listening, if you pray to God with a whole heart and say, listen, I want to do better, I want to be better, please help me. Please help me. God will not turn you away. Just know when you ask for that help, you have to put some kind of effort in to being better, to doing better. Because you can't just ask that and then not attempt to make any change in your life. Don't worry about the measure of the change. Just worry about the attempts to change, that they are wholehearted. And I'm telling you, God sees this and He will bless you. But you have to make an attempt. You cannot ask for things and don't make a change. And again, it doesn't matter the measure. You say, God, I'm going to try to stop doing this. If you didn't stop it completely, don't be upset, because God sees that you really are attempting to stop. And that's all He needs. That's all He needs. Because there's a scripture that says, in our weakness is He made powerful, or is His strength shown. Because it shows that we can lean on God and He'll take care of us. And it's that faith that you lean on God and you're having that faith that God is going to take care of me. It's that thought and that feeling. What faith is like, no, I'm not going to worry, because God is going to take care of me. Because He is real, He is love, He is hope. And He will take care of you. For whoever calls upon the name of God will be saved. And you'll feel that change inside of you. It's a change that makes you want to do better. It makes you want to treat people better. It makes you want to react to how people treat you better. and you realize that the world is the world, and there's always going to be darkness in the world, but you have to be that light that combats that darkness. And when you bring God into your life, His light enters into you, and that's when you walk around, people look at you different, and they like being around you because they are in a world of darkness, and for some reason they feel and see a light around you, that they feel safe with you, that they can tell you things and you will understand them. And it's not that you're such a great understander or that you're this great person, but no, you've asked for God to make you a better person. You asked for God to come into your life, and He makes you a better person. And it's His Spirit inside of you that is resonating to the people around you. And this light is also like a beacon, which draws the other darkness, the other bad people, the other bad things. It draws it to you because their mission is to wipe you out and destroy you. But see, what they don't know is the closer they get to that light, they don't realize how blinding it is. So don't be afraid of them. The closer they get, the better you can see them, because the light of God shines and sees everything. And hopefully by the grace of God, that light will shine through them and pierce that darkness for them and create a path for them toward God. I know I just got a little spiritual on you. It's not a religious thing. I'm just talking about God. We're not talking about any particular faith or denomination. Just talking about you, your soul, your body, and God. That's it. Talk to Him like you're talking to me or like how I'm talking. It's that real. I promise you. And even though life is not easy, it will get easier. You will get the strength to move forward. You'll understand why you're doing certain things. You'll become stronger. You'll become smarter. You'll become as gentle as a dove, but as shrewd as a serpent. I'm telling you guys this because I really care about everybody out there that sits and thinks, what's this life about? All my collector friends out there, or anybody else in general, is this what this life is all about? Is going to work, is collecting comic books, is this what life is all about? And no, this is not what life is all about. These are things that get us through the day, and I don't mean that in a bad sense, but help us live our days. I love collecting comic books, so I love going to shops. I love talking to comic book people. It's a joy of my day. I go to work. I enjoy my job, but some people don't enjoy their job, and I understand that. Pray for God to give you a better job and do everything at the current job right. Don't be a bad worker because you don't like the place that you're at. Do the work that's given to you, and God will see that you're doing the work that's given to you. He'll see that you pray for a better job, and He will bless you. Do these things. Work is good to me. I was in that space where I hated my jobs. And I became that person that complained and did this and that. And it just made the job worse. It just brought more darkness around. And even though I had a light in me, I was allowing the darkness to cloud me. Until one day I realized I had to rely on God. COVID came, I lost my job due to funding. I was on unemployment. You can look at the vlogs from earlier. A lot of those I did during that time period. And it was a time where I had to lean on God. And then, I was getting the pandemic money. And then there was a point where it stopped. And I really had to lean on God. And I prayed, and I accepted the position where I was at. And yeah, at times it made me sad, but it humbled me. No, if I'm going to believe in God, I got to believe. And He blessed me with a wonderful job. A job that helps me bring light to not only people, but to youth as well. And giving them a person that they can look up to, that they can come to, that they can talk to. And it's a great thing. And I know He can do that for everybody else out there. But we all have to make a sacrifice. We all have to attempt to give up something. Start with the attempt, and then eventually do it. But don't do it for show. Do it because you want to do it, because you believe. And I promise you, peace will come upon you. God has never let anybody down. And He has never let me down. For those who trust in Him, He is always there. In whatever situation that you're in. Everybody has their own situations. I talk as a person living in the United States, but I know there's people living in other parts of the world whose life are completely different than mine. And if you're watching, no matter what your situation is, God can help you in your situation as well. He's the God of the world, and He loves us. We are all our children. We are all created equal before Him. And He is forgiving, and He is loving. Come to Him. If you're sorry about things that you've done, ask for forgiveness and you will be forgiven. I promise you that. Alright. So, that was a good conversation. I hope you guys, I'm coming up on Port Jervis now. I'm going to go through the city, so I don't really want to be on this. You know what I mean? I was on the highway, I was focused. I set all this up before you do this. So I'm always looking forward. Always look forward. But I want to thank you guys for listening. Be safe out there. Remember to like and subscribe to the channel. Tons of great content coming. We're getting better every time. I hope you enjoy. Leave a comment, leave a like, share it with your friends, and we'll see you next time. Peace.
Where are the heroes?